Where to begin? Well, I guess I should start with some brief introductions about who we are. This is Jordan, the competitor, Mr. Nonstop, the guy who's always up for a challenge, but will inspire you to put your best foot forward. Always good for a movie quote, this guy. This is Armando, the dealer, also known to be a machine. Although he's the oldest of the group, he gives everyone a run for their money, and he's still handsome as all get out. This is Jacob, the fitness guru and the only dad of the group. Always has his wits about him, and before you can say a word, he's beating you to the punch. He's my older brother, so I know it well. This is Kyle, the caboose, the party guy. He'll make sure everyone's having a good time, and he keeps the tunes rolling. If you need a hand with something, he's always got you covered. This is Cameron. Jordan and him are brothers. Cam is the chef, always prepping the meals and keeps the grill sizzling. If he doesn't have a spatula in hand, it's most likely a portable charger. He's the tech guy, always got a generator and lighting on lockdown. And last and maybe least is me. I'm Caleb, the guy behind the camera. If I'm not taking a video or picture, I'm asking someone to do it for me while I do something weird. I'm also the planner and the driver. I like to be behind the wheel, literally like driving us cross country, or figuratively like building the itinerary for the guys' trip. Well, now that you know who we are, I guess we can start at the beginning. Let's see. Roll tip. What's up? Utah 2024, we're back at it. Cam, Jord, Armando, and Kate is being nice at 4 in the morning, sending us off early.
Love you, babe.
Love you guys. Be safe, please.
We will.
We will.
Right.
Bye, Kate. And we're off.
We got Zeus back to the brim.
So, a little backstory. We do an annual guys trip every year. Started in Yosemite in 2020, then the North Cascades in 2021. In 2022, Jordan got married, Jacob had a baby, I moved to Wyoming to be a park ranger. A lot going on, so we skipped. In 2023, all the guys came out to the Tetons since I was still working there. And now here we are in 2024 heading to Utah, where it'll be our first trip going to 4 different locations: Zion, Toquerville Falls, Coyote Gulch, and Bryce. Cameron, Jordan, Armando, and myself are heading to Vegas to pick up Kyle. Little did I know someone else would be with him. What's up, big boy?
What's up? What's up, brother?
How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm good. Oh, big boy. That's all in black.
I know, dude. What's up, big boy? Yeah.
Hey, big boy.
What? Whoa! Whoa! What?
He's going with us, baby.
What? You guys knew?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh! Usually I'm the one in my family to pull off some big surprise, but my older brother Jacob got me real good. As you can see, I was so happy I got rather emotional. He's never been on one of our guys' trips, so I was extremely grateful to have him here. Now that we have all the guys together, we start heading to Zion. Since we had all been driving or flying the entire day, it was good to get out and stretch the legs. We took a little side trip to Valley of Fire State Park to climb around some really beautiful red rock. A little taste of what's to come.
I don't understand
What don't you understand?
how you would even fund something like that.
You wouldn't.
Alex Honnold probably would.
I would.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. That'd be my one. After a little bit of exploring, we cruised through a gorgeous sunset on our way to Springdale, Utah, which is just outside the entrance to Zion National Park. This is where we crammed 6 dudes into a 4-person room to try to get a good night's rest. Sunday morning. I personally loved this moment. I had been to Zion once before in the winter, a couple years prior, but none of the other guys had. And since we arrived in the dark last night, I knew when we walked outside in the morning, they'd be in for a treat. Massive red and orange cliffs, basking in the glorious light of dawn. We walked over to get our bike rentals that we had reserved in advance. Our plan was to bike 5 miles through the park and get to the Angels Landing trailhead before the shuttle system started running.
So how crazy is this in? Like on a scale from 1 to 10? Like an 11?
No, I mean my levels. I have a different risk assessment.
Very true.
Make a risk assessment. Make a risk assessment. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying in the car. I'm like, Caleb said so it's not that bad.
We strapped on our packs and helmets, and we were off.
That'd be embarrassing.
Fall in the flat spot. 6 out of 10 on danger scale. That's it.
After descending Angel's Landing and doing a second hike to Emerald Pools, we went to a burger joint, chowed down on some burgers, and chugged some Huckleberry lemonade. After lunch, we had a discussion about campsites. So the typical planner and me had found about 10 different areas for dispersed camping near Zion a few months back. Secretly, though, I only wanted one of the options, and I told them it would be the furthest, but also the best campsite. I'm glad they trusted me with this. Also, I'm driving, so they didn't really have a choice now, did they? We all hopped back into the vehicles and drove about an hour toward camp. We ditched Kyle and Jacob's rental from Vegas at the beginning of the 4x4 road and all piled into my truck. 6 dudes and a whole lot of food and gear. We didn't get a lot of footage of the road, unfortunately, but there were a couple spots that my truck even barely cleared. It took about half an hour just to go 5 miles. However, all the effort was well worth the campsite. We set up tents, started a fire, we washed off in the waterfall, cooked up some dinner, and played some cards, and just had a lot of good laughs.
Never feel.
I'll just do one of these. All right. Day 1, Angel's Landing was a success. We found out the Narrows are closed until May, unfortunately, so we found this awesome campsite, which we're gonna stick here tomorrow and just hang out, because it took like 30 minutes to go off this crazy 4x4 road to get here, but we have it totally to ourselves and we're in the middle of nowhere, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Like an hour also.
So everyone, one word, how would you describe Angel's Landing?
Scary. My dream come true.
Narrow. Narrow? What'd you say?
My dream come true.
My dream come true?
Exhilarating. Intense.
Intense. Yep. Angelic.
What?
Since we had decided to stick around our campsite for the day instead of driving back to Zion, we spent the day exploring the area and relaxing, just enjoying our time together. In the morning, we made breakfast and spent an hour trying to set up a tarp in super windy conditions. We finally got it set up after 6 dudes and a whole lot of effort. We hiked around the nearby trails that took us across streams and toward various red-orange cliffs. We ran up some hills, we carried massive stumps and logs for absolutely no reason. Carried them miles back to camp for firewood, just because we are all so competitive. In the afternoon, we cooled off in the pools beneath the waterfalls and took naps in the shade. The latter part of the day was dedicated to playing lots of cards, and I mean lots of cards. And on top of that, eating tons of tri-tip and other good food and snacks of various sorts. I really loved the simplicity of this day. We had a plan to do a top-rated hike in the country, but flash flood conditions altered our plans, and we decided to just roam about the desert. Just a bunch of dudes in the desert doing guy stuff. For me, it showed how the joy of life emanates from being present, and even more so when you can share the experiences with people you love. There were no digital barriers to our companionship. Hiking, sweating, swimming, making fun of each other, laughing and sharing stories, feeling the heat on our back, the rock and sand under our feet, and the refreshing feeling of water on our skin. There's something freeing about being in the wilderness. It draws you into the moment, into reality. It removes the chaos from within and substitutes it with a sense of calmness. It helps to reveal your inner self. Your spirit is wild and untamed in a grand way. At the end of it all, it'll be the days like this that meant the most. Me and Cam making our way down to the boys at the waterfall. Cannot beat this campsite. This might be our favorite group round. We've all agreed this is one of the best campsites we've ever had. Best campsite? Best campsite.
Go out here, Armando. Come on, baby. You ain't got it. Side B. Yes. Damn it. I knew it. Come on, Armando. I was trusting you. I knew it. Boom. Oh, that's fine. No. Sweet. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. Hey, Armando, that's what I needed, brother. So, cool. You did it to yourself with the 7 of 10. Oh, my God. You like the challenge? Yes. Oh, that's worse than this. That's a lie. Maybe I'm just gross. Yeah, it's great. Cajun style and do. Especially, but if you knew exactly what he did, you might be able to.
So on Tuesday, a lot happened, but not a lot of filming. I like it though. Having days where you just enjoy those you are with. However, I will fill you in briefly on what transpired. This is the day our group splits up and heads separate ways. To start, on Tuesday morning, we spent a couple hours eating breakfast and packing up camp. We tossed all the gear back into the truck and jumped in, cruising back to Zion. We enjoyed one last hike in Zion together and some scenic driving through the canyon. Afterwards, we headed back to Springdale to a burger joint that we all loved. After lunch, we said goodbye to Jacob and Kyle, who took the rental back to Vegas to fly home to Ohio. Armando, Cam, Jordan, and myself drove deeper into Utah and got a room in the small town of Escalante. Here we went out for average nachos for dinner and then prepped our packs for our backpacking trip the next 2 days.